Hello everyone, Womble Leader here and welcome to another video on the channel. We are going to take a look at round 1 of season 3 of the FIA Manufacturers Exhibition season. We are going to Japan, Suzuka 12 laps, fuel at times 3, tyre wear at times 11, Group 3 cars. We have the full suite of racing tyres to choose from soft right through to hard. However, there is no tyre requirement for this one. So you may do what you want with the tyres, including running hybrid tyres. However, given it's Group 3, they don't usually sit too well with the hybrid tyre selection, so we're not really going to delve into that at all. So the first strategy we'll look at seems to be the most obvious one. Such high tyre wear, Suzuka particularly hard on tyres as well, both in the game and in real life. Seems to be a very abrasive track. So we're going to sort of just take a look at what would appear to be the most obvious strategy, which is a two-stopper, running soft tyres on each stint, 4 laps each, and see how we get on. Okay, so the car we're in here is the 2017 model Lexus Group 3. My last 2 videos I've actually forgot to mention what car I was in, so I wanted to make sure I got that in for this one. Pretty silly thing to miss out, but for this one, the 2017 model of the Lexus Group 3 car. So we'll just jump forward here to the end of our first flying lap and get an idea of what sort of lap time. You can already see that tyre wear quite severe, but we break the 2-minute barrier for our first lap. But we're already starting to do slower sectors than what we even managed on the first lap. So severe is the tyre wear in this one. Despite my best efforts to try and save the tyres, and I'm usually fairly decent at saving tyres, we are still suffering really badly with the tyre wear. So the second flying lap, we go a full 7/10 slower, and as we jump forward, I think we're going to take a look at the end of lap 4, and there we go. You can see the tyre wear. We're maybe about 35% down on the fronts and maybe about 30% on the rears. We're running the brake balance at 0. I think if I was going to do this again, we could probably run the brake balance at +1 just to try and even that tyre wear up. But we've kept it at 0 for all this kind of running. So into the pits we come, a new set of soft tyres, not taking any fuel on, and the sort of a prox loss for a pit stop as you come into this part of the track is about 7.5 seconds. Has been increased from what it used to be. It used to be a little bit longer, sorry, a little bit shorter. It used to be about 4 seconds sort of pit loss, so it's good that it's been increased a little bit. Now we will mention fuel here at this point. You can see we've got the fuel meter on. We are running a little bit short on fuel at the moment. I think for this one you do have to keep a watching brief on the fuel. You certainly don't want to be taking any fuel on at your pit stops if you can avoid it. I think most of the Group 3 cars, with the exception of maybe the Ford GT, there could be a few others, should be able to go through this race without taking any fuel on. I think you could probably do enough fuel saving in the Ford GT as well to avoid taking any fuel on. But certainly worth keeping a watching brief on the fuel, as it will be running pretty fine as you come to the finish. As you can see, we've got the fuel warning on the screen as we come to the end of lap 12. You can see we did our fastest lap there, 1:59.1 on lap 10. A fairly poor lap for lap 11, and as we come across the line for the last lap at 2:06, you can just see that drop off in lap time, even at the end of the race on low fuel, still suffering very severe tyre wear. But there's the finishing time for that 2-stop run, soft, 24 minutes 18 seconds, 0.5. So moving on to probably about the only other viable strategy for this one is the one-stop. Now, such was the severity of the tyre wear during the 2-stop, I didn't really think it would be a good idea to try and do the first stint on soft tyres. So we've put on a set of mediums here for the first stint. That will give us an idea how the mediums compare to the soft tyres as well. As we come through the Casio Triangle, I believe it's called, the final chicane at Suzuka. We'll come across the finish line and we shall see what our first lap comes in at. So a 2 minutes 6.6, that's compared to a 2 minutes 4.8. So you can see the value of the soft tyres straight away, a full 1.8 seconds quicker than the medium tyres over the first lap. But as the tyre wear kicks in, that gap should start to close up. But it does not close up enough from what I can see. First flying lap you're losing about a second. Third flying lap maybe about half a second to the soft runners, so you're probably about 4 seconds behind after 3 laps. Around about lap 4 seems to be about where the soft tyre and the medium tyre cross over. So you're probably, if you can gain a little bit back over laps 5 and 6 compared to the soft tyre. So we come in for our pit stop now. I thought what we will try here is put on a set of softs for the second stint, see if we can make the soft tyre last for 6 laps with the lower fuel, which should just about be possible. And also give us a little bit of a comparison compared to the medium tyre on the first one. Now obviously we're going to be quicker. However, if we're doing slower laps on the soft tyres come lap 5, then we know that the medium tyre is a better tyre to run on the first stint. If we're doing faster laps on lap 5 compared to the medium, then I would suggest we probably should be running the soft on the first stint if you're going to do the one stop. And just take the pain over the last 2 laps. So we've picked up a 2-second penalty at some point, cutting one of the corners. I can't remember what it was. It was definitely a corner cut though. You can see the soft tyres have just about hung in there. My personal feelings is that over a 6 lap stint, the soft tyres and the medium tyres pretty much even themselves out. The soft tyre probably just a little bit quicker. But that lap finishing time coming in there at 24, and if we discount the 2-second penalty, 24.25.1. So that's actually just under 7 seconds slower than the 2-stop run. So it definitely looks like the 2-stopper is the way to go in this one. Quite a significant difference. I definitely think that's the way to go. We shall talk about that just a little bit later on in the video. We'll take a little bit of a look at the hard tyres here. Don't use the hard tyres. You're already going to be 5 seconds down on a soft runner after 2 laps. So discount the hard tyres, forget they're there. I don't think anybody will use them anyway, but just forget they're there. Now, moving on to a few sort of tips from Suzuka that I'm just going to share. Now that accident there is probably the most common accident you'll see at Suzuka. People go too deep into turn 1, they try and hang it in there, they get onto the marbles on the outside. More often than not you'll spin, particularly on the sort of medium hard tyres. In that case you just ran wide, you end up in the gravel and you lose a lot of time. Now what you want to do if you go too deep into turn 1 is just get on the brakes, use that little bit of run off and rejoin the track safely. You know when you've gone too deep into turn 1 in Suzuka, so just back out of it, and you'll certainly, if you make that mistake, you can save yourself 3-4 seconds. So just something I've seen a lot in Suzuka that I wanted to make a mention. Now, what we're seeing here is that we cut the pit lane entrance because we sort of changed our mind that we were going to pit. I did this earlier on in a race, so I just wanted to give an example. Don't do that, because as you come out the pits, you will pick up a half-second penalty for doing that. So if you go into the pits, know you're going into the pits in that lap before you get to the chicane, stay to the right hand side of the track and do not cut that little bit of grass, because you will pick up a half-second penalty. And you'll probably serve that penalty on the long straight, so down towards 130R, I think that's the only penalty zone on the track. So will prove to be quite costly. One other thing to mention about this round, there has been a sort of change to some of the formats, the way these races, FIA races, are going to be run. There's now 5 slots spread out between, if you're in the UK anyway, 4 o'clock to, I believe the last one's 9:20. You can enter as many slots as you want, but obviously your last result will be the one that counts. And the Nations Championship is going to be run on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and the Manufacturer Championship on Wednesdays and Sundays. One last thing just to mention about this race before we sort of just discuss the strategy is that the qualifying for this one is only going to be 5 minutes long. And because of the length of the track, that means you're only going to get 1 lap in. Now, if you push on your outlap, you will take around about half a second to 7/10 of lap time out of your tyres, just pushing on that outlap. So nurse the car around for 3 minutes, nurse the car around for 4 minutes, and if you're only going for 1 lap. But do not take any life out of the tyres on that outlap, because you will pay for it in your flying lap. So just, as I said, nurse the car around and then get the tyres warmed up through 130R and the last chicane. Should help you find around about half a second on your best lap, if you get it right, that is. So going back to the strategies that we looked at there. There is no option for the non-stop in this one. You can do it on hard tyres, you will be too slow, there is no point in that. If you're going to do a one-stopper, it's a bit of a toss-up between the mediums and the softs. The softs will be quicker at the beginning, the mediums quicker at the end, but they will just about even out. But the optimal strategy for this one is the two-stop, just running the soft tyres. I just did obviously even splits of 4 laps each, but you can maybe mix it up and do 3, 5, 4 or something along those ways. That will be the optimal way to run this race. You will see people try to do the one-stopper think. They are going to suffer. They're going to be sitting ducks at the end of their stint and at the end of the race. And that wraps this one up. Last video of the year. I'm currently recording this around about 1 hour 15 minutes from 2020. So I hope everyone has a great new year. I'll see you in the new year for a new video, a new manufacturer's video. And I hope you have good results in this race. I do apologise for having it out just a little bit short, a little bit close to the actual event, but could not be helped. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you on the next one. Goodbye now.